Hello and welcome to episode 24 of Garmin to smashing a PB at London London Marathon to 2025 question mark. New week, obviously. Coming off the back of last week, did the half marathon yesterday and kind of disrupted some of the Garmin plans myself. I chose to override them, so we're going to look at trying doing the week this week. It's got a few good activities on there if they can stick, so we'll see on that one. But today's just going to be a base run, 34 minutes. But before I get onto all of that lot, basically, what is this video about? This video / series is all about me trying to follow my Garmin as I try and smash my PB at London Marathon 2025. Basically, I've been given the opportunity to run the London Marathon again by SeeAbility, a fantastic charity, and that which gave me a place for the first time in 2024, and in 2025 I'm running for them again. Basically, yeah, I'm just following. I punched in the time I want to beat in my Garmin, and basically it's giving me activities it believes that will get me to that point. There is discrepancies on there. It's all done on algorithms and that, so it's a bit frustrating sometimes. A lot of emphasis is done on sleep, and my sleep doesn't go very well. So my body battery, kind of kicks in a little bit and says that you're probably a little bit fatigued or something like that. So it drops a lot of my runs, which has been very frustrating over the past couple of weeks, as we're really hitting into the marathon training block now. But I throw a few curveballs into the algorithm, and that, by upping the distance myself, and that. So yeah, basically today we're going to stick with the plan. It's a 34-minute base run. It'd be a nice little shakeout after a half marathon jog yesterday, and basically we'll just keep going in there from that. So it's 140 beats per minute on 34 minutes. So I'll do that after work, which is a nice little gentle jog around central, like the city centre bit, on a normal little loop. So nothing new, nothing special, just a nice way to ease into the week. Catch you after the run. So yeah, finished the run, going back home now, just waiting for my bus. Basically 35 minutes, 41 seconds I think it was, just to get me up to 6k. 300 meters at the end of the run, so I just did that. Average heart rate was 144, so just a gentle jog today again. A little bit of a shakeout after yesterday's half marathon basically. So pace of 5:55, so I'm happy with that as well. It just shows that there is progression there, and I'm getting quicker. It's getting quicker and the heart rate is getting lower. So yeah, nice easy kind of run. Rest day tomorrow, but I need to have a little look at things because there's a run on Wednesday in the city centre. They're trying out a 5k loop, I think. Something to do with winter run or something with Brooks, and that, or sponsored by Brooks. So I might look at that 6 o'clock, but that would go. I'm supposed to do a tempo run. So what I might do is swap my days off this week. I'll keep you posted, and we'll see, because I fancy it's just nice to meet up with other fellow runners in Bergen. So if I can get to do that on Wednesday, but I don't want to knock out a valuable run either. So I think my day off this week will change on that, but technically the runs won't, because I would put, a 5k base route run, it's a 34-minute little jog like today. So I'm guessing I've got that somewhere in the training period this week. So I'll just go and have a look and see what we can do, and maybe that's the plan for this week a little bit, but sticking to the plan, but just tweaking it to suit life on that, and all that lot. So I'll keep you posted, but yeah, I'll see you next time. Good evening, it's Tuesday. Normally, obviously Tuesday's a rest day for me, but just going to change the plan around a little bit this week. Like I said, I normally get 6 to 7 days of what the plan is during the week, so then I can. That's all I see. I don't see 2-3 weeks ahead, and that. But basically, tomorrow there's a winter run / social event as they're trying out the actual course in Bergen city centre. So a couple of friends have kind of messaged me saying, "Oh, do I want to go and join them and just do it? Like I said, just a social jog." So I was like, "Yeah, that sounds really good. Probably about 5 to 6 kilometers." But I'm supposed to do a tempo run, so it kind of gets in the way of the training there. So I'm going to change the week around a little bit. And I just wanted to do this little bit on the video just to explain what I'm going to do. If, to be honest, as we know, the watch has to stick. So as the plan now is this, like Tuesday's rest day, Wednesday be a tempo run, Thursday should be a base, Friday should be a threshold, Saturday is a base, and then Sunday is a long run. So what I'm planning to do now is changing some of that, and this is going to be the change. So today is a rest day, but I'm going to do the tempo run today, and it's 4 times 9 minutes at 157 beats per minute. And then Wednesday, when I was supposed to do tempo, I'm now going to do this winter run social event. And that then Thursday's run can stay the same. That will be a 1 hour and 4 minutes base rate, 140 beats per minute, the same as what the plan is. Threshold on the Friday can stay the same. I do believe there's time in there to kind of get back and be able to do that. So in a sense of recovery and that. So I will do the threshold 2 times 19 minutes at 166. That's going to be a killer. But I look forward to that. Even if the plan does change, I'll probably program that one in myself on the watch on the watch and do it myself anyway. Based on the Saturday, 39 minutes, that will be my day off now, I think, because in my head, the winter run is the same as the base run on the Saturday. So that will be the swap around. And so I just have to tweak around the different things. So I'm not losing any runs and I'm not adding any runs as such. I'm just changing the day off. I thought Thursday might be a nicer day to have off and that, but then it means shifting around the different base runs as well. So I want to try and keep the plan as much as it still is in the same structure, but just tweaking off the day off really. And because the long run on the Sunday can stay the same. 1 hour, 49 minutes, hopefully it will stick. And that, so, it's, a couple of runs have changed and that, but all the runs are still there. It's just the days that they've changed. But as we know, my Garmin watch, especially with my sleep and how apparently I didn't do any sleep last night, apparently, my plan will change. So we'll see what happens with my training readiness as well, because it hasn't managed to go up at all, really. It's 38 points. So ideally, a good night's sleep would have got me ready to do this tempo run tomorrow, but the tempo run doesn't fit the social. So that's why I'm tweaking it in around today. And then tomorrow, the social can be a recovery day anyway, or a recovery run and that. So I'm not really losing out. And hopefully the mileage can stay the same as ish anyway. So just wanted to keep you updated on the plan. And then that's basically what we're going to do now. So I'm just going to get changed and I'll do the tempo run on the treadmill. My kids are here this evening and I don't feel the need to go back out outside. So I'll just do it on the treadmill. So I'll catch you guys later. Hello, so it's Wednesday morning now. So after that tempo session last night, which basically I covered 10.6 kilometers. It was the average heart rate was 149. with an average pace of 6 minutes 0.09 kilometers minute per kilometer. That bit doesn't really matter. It's the actual intervals that mattered, and that. So each 9 minute segment, I averaged 5:08 for the 5 minutes, and 5 minutes basically, or 5:01 for the pace per kilometer, and that. So the first one was 5:08 minutes, and then the second one was 5:06. The third was 5:06. So I kept on the same speed on that, but my heart rate was obviously creeping up by then, so I didn't want to go too high and all that lot, like, and get it into a crazy anaerobic session. So I dialed it down a little bit, but finished the last interval on 5 minutes and 12 seconds per kilometer. So all in all, that's still, pretty hefty for me. So I really enjoyed that. I knew that the runs would change a bit, and it has changed a bit. Obviously, there's no more threshold in there. On the day that I'm supposed to do a threshold, it's now changed to a tempo again, but I've got it written down as what the actual run was, so I can still program that in and do that. Today's run has changed to a recovery, which is fine, because basically what I was moving Saturday's base run to this run, because it's still got me running on Saturday. So it's, it now the plan hasn't scheduled a day off, so technically today would be, because it's a recovery run or whatever. So I'm just going out on this gentle jog on this winter run, sponsored by Brooks, test lap in Bergen city centre today. It's just a social event. I've got a couple of mates joining me on that as well, so we'll just be talking on the way around. As one prepares for Ironman and his endurance long runs for a 500 kilometer trail run between Oslo and Bergen in the summer, and then so we're just going to take a nice casual stroll around the course, and that, and just socializing, which is what a lot of running is like. I do a lot of running on my own, so it's nice to get to these events, and I'll try my best to try and get to these events, just so I can have that little bit of more social kind of thing with runners and that. But hopefully I'll get some footage of part of it and the organisation bit tonight, and that. But that's basically what's happening today. So yeah, I'll see what I can do. Good morning. It's Thursday. Very frosty this morning, and I noticed when I caught the bus home yesterday evening, it was very icy on the pavements. But hopefully it won't be too bad on a run home today. So a little recap yesterday. I did this trial lap with the local running shop, really, Luppa Bladet, I think it's called. There was about 60 of us, and that it was run by Brooks, and there was a guy from Oslo that kind of deals with Brooks. I guess he's the rep, and that. So I had a little chat with him afterwards, because I love Brooks running shoes. They gave out Hyperion Max 2s to try out, which I have a pair anyway. I absolutely love them for my speed work. So in my opinion, I think a little trial lap of a social jog is not the right event for a Hyperion Max 2 with a plastic plate in it. So I just went along in my Ghost Max and that. But no, it was nice to run along with others. I didn't know the lap, I didn't know the course. So problem there is like when we got strung out a bit, and me and my friend were like leading, we kind of didn't know the course, so we weren't sure where we go. So we had to take a bit of a guess, and luckily some others followed us or whatever, and then we could see some others in front. So, but all in all, it was great. Nice to get out and run along like that. Because we got so strung out, they did stop, and then basically I think that's where they said the start of the race would be, because we didn't start where the actual race would start. So then I got a bit confused. I turned off my watch, and then obviously activity ends, and then restarted another activity. So in part 1 and 2, 1 and 2 on my Strava and that, but just crossing the road, sorry, checking, make sure I don't get run over. So yeah, 3.6, 3.87 or something kilometers on the first part, getting up to the beginning bit. Just a gentle jog. I mean, I really wasn't worried about time. Wasn't, I wanted to try and keep a heart rate a bit low, or lower, but it was all right. I mean, it was a nice, gentle jog out, casually, socially with my mate as well, which was really good. And that's something like I stopped that, and then I planned, when we went off again, I did it again. So that was about another 1.6 kilometers. So all in all, just under 6 kilometers, I think we did. But the stats on that aren't important, really. You know what I mean? It was kind of going to cover the 35-minute base run that I had, which I've obviously shifted about on my plan a little bit. So that was, just that. So today, with the move arounds a bit, my watch is still kind of sticking to roughly what I planned. It wants me to do a recovery run today, but like I say, it hasn't planned any day off now. So Saturday is still going to be my day off. So I'm going to override the recovery and do the 1 hour 5 minutes now. I think it's gone up. Actually, it's gone up a little bit. The long run has gone up to 105. So I'm going to do that today. And then the change from a threshold at the weekend and put me on anaerobic. Well, I'm not going to do the anaerobic. I will do the threshold as the plan kept me. I'm going to do that this week. And actually, I feel a lot happy for it. Finding out what the plan was for the week and just adjusting around to do that. Actually, really enjoying that. Sleep was good, or fair, so that helps. And that, so the plan, it's kind of sticking the same. It's about 1 hour 48 for a long run on Sunday, but we'll see. And that, the plan is to do, about that time anyway. But that's basically it. I will run home from work, a little detour just to get some more time in, and I will stop at the bus station at the shopping centre down below, and then catch the bus home there after work, basically. Then you're all up to date until I've done the run. So I'll see you on the next bit. Good morning, it's Friday. Just going off to work early and that. So I ran home yesterday, Thursday. I did 11 kilometers. So I went kind of about a minute over just to top that up to 11 kilometers. The average was 145 beats per minute, but I did bump into a friend on the way home, and they were running with their dog, so I ran with him for a couple of kilometers and that, and obviously chatting away, and it's a hilly area, and the pace went a little bit up, I guess, or the heart rate definitely went up. I know it's supposed to be conversational pace runs or whatever, but it's very different if you're running at conversational pace and actually talking, or running conversational pace and not talking and that. So crept up a little bit higher than what I wanted, but it was okay. It's all right, it was doable, and that's 145 for the whole run, 11 kilometers. Average 6:05, I think it was. Obviously the data's all on the side, and that per kilometre. So just a general good run, and a bit windy, or big winds coming in tonight. There's a bit of a dusting of snow on the floor, so the watch wants me to do a recovery today, but like I said, I've already planned the week, and I'm going to do the threshold tonight. It's got me on an anaerobic session tomorrow, but I'm going to take the day off tomorrow. Saturday's going to be my rest day, so I'm not going to do the anaerobic tomorrow. And plus I can't really do anaerobic indoors, so I'm going to do my threshold tonight indoors on the treadmill, and it is 2 times 19 minutes at 166 beats per minute. So that's going to be a tough one. I'm going to be absolutely exhausted after the first one, I think, anyway. But these are the runs I hate, but I love them. You know what I mean? It gives you such a sense of achievement once you've done it, and that, you know what I mean? These runs aren't easy, and that, you know what I mean? And they're not designed to be easy, I know that, but it's just going to be, yeah, such an achievement doing these. And it kind of, what marathon training is all about, challenging the body. I always like to challenge the body nowadays, and that, so you know, we are so much more capable of doing more than what we actually do. So it's going to be a good run. I've got to get a day of work done first, and that, so hopefully I can keep myself some body battery left for this run tonight. Well, I hope you have a great day, and I'll keep you updated. So the threshold on Friday, I had a fantastic break on Saturday. It's now Sunday morning, but yeah, Friday's threshold, wow. It's really a big challenge, those runs. You mean the pace is quick. And that, you mean, on the threshold, I did it on the treadmill, and basically, you know, the first 19 minutes I did 4 kilometers at a pace of 4:45 minutes per kilometer. That's hugely out of my comfort zone, and then my second interval of 19 minutes, I did 3.9 kilometers with a pace of 4 minutes 49 per kilometer. So again, out of my comfort range, and I'm kind of surprised I managed to kind of hold it. But it is what, you know, these runs are for. It should hopefully improve everything up, and all the levels can go up. So my threshold will go up. That means I can run longer at a higher pace and things like that. You mean, I'm not looking at running in the marathon at this pace. You mean, this is too quick for me, and certainly not sustainable over 42 kilometers, which, you know, the 26 miles. So you mean, I'm happy to get these runs done, and you mean, because it's showing the progress of what we do, and you mean, I wouldn't be able to do that properly before. You mean, it's different to do it on a run outside, because on a treadmill you have to stay at that pace, otherwise you'll end up coming off, and that. But if you mean doing it on a run outside, maybe my heart range would have been a little bit better. You mean, I was creeping up too much and that, but that was always going to be the case. But I also like to push myself and that, knowing that I was going to have the rest day on the Saturday. So how does that affect the Garmin though? Saturday, it kind of had me on a recovery / base run, which I just took the whole day off, as I previously said I would. And so that Saturday was my one day off this week of running. So now we're on the Sunday. The original plan said 1 hour 45 minutes, but the watch has kind of cut it down to 1 hour 29. But I'm going to stick with basically the 1 hour 45. I will kind of see how I do. You mean, I'm looking to try and get in about 18 kilometers, I guess, for this run. It won't be the longest run, and that, you mean, I have done 21. Well, I've done 25k in these blocks as well, but it's all about the overage mileage and that I want to keep at a steady thing. It should get me to 60 kilometers this week, and then basically the longer run next week. Garmin had me on next week a 2 hour plus run, but that has dropped down to 1 hour and 45 minutes, I think, at the moment. But I will probably override that depending on how all of that is, and say the long run, following the app Run with How, just to check on the long runs. He's got a 26 kilometer run, so maybe I'll do that, just to keep my long runs going healthy. and that. But more on that on the next video, I guess. You know what I mean? We'll see. But yeah, today now, like I say, it's going to be a cross between 1:30 and 1:45. Maybe a little bit longer, just to get some distance and that. Been some blowy weather outside, so we'll see how it is. But that's kind of keeping you up to date, and before I run out on my Sunday longer run. So yeah, longer run, should I say? Yep, I'll let you know how it goes. Cheers. So yeah, I'm recovered from the run now, the long run. This is kind of the aftermath of what I've ran in. It was a little bit interesting, and like we had everything today on this run. It was like wind, still very windy, don't get me wrong, but also thunder. There was a lot of thunder going on, and that, and obviously the snow and hail. But luckily the snow was right at the end, and it hadn't actually kind of settled by the time I kind of got back, but it was obviously going on my clothes, absolutely soaked. On a good long run, really. You know what I mean? As mentioned before, been following the plan that it had already kind of settled out before I changed the days, so that's kind of what I stuck to. The actual Garmin plan earlier in the week for today was an hour and 49, but it had dropped down to an hour and 29 today. So because obviously that threshold really kind of took it out. That was a big intensive run. So I kind of wanted to do the middle part of it anyway, or get to 1 hour 49-ish. So I did a loop that I'm not familiarized with really. I've run it once, and I forgot how hilly it was. And in this really big wind, what I mean, I'm not going to lie, it was tough. But I don't know, part of it, my heart rate was very high. I averaged 148 beats per minute. So to me, that was, I was kind of more of a tempo run, really. It was kind of up into my zone 4 as an average. But I don't know if that's coming off the back of doing this threshold that runs seem to be a lot slower. Or I think I'm running slow, but I'm not. So obviously I'm kind of speeding up because it just seems too easy. So then, like I said, I'm speeding up, and then obviously that brings up my heart rate. Obviously going into some of the headwinds is a bit difficult as well, especially if I'm going up a really steep hill. Some of these hills, I did see one sign. It was like warning the cars. It's like 10% grade up. So it's a steep hill, and it's not short. So that obviously brings up the heart rate. So, but all in all, it was a good run. It was 17.16 kilometers, and that's just a little bit shorter than what I kind of planned. But also, I stopped on 1 hour 40 minutes and 55 seconds. So technically, it's 9 minutes, or about 8 minutes shorter than the original planned run. But it was longer than the other run that Garmin had set me up on again. So it was good. I'm happy with that. I would have run further, don't get me wrong, but I get to the point where it's nice to just walk back and have the cool down, basically walking back and that. So, if I had a plan, I could have, or knew that it was going to be this distance, maybe I would have done a loop around the racetrack or something, just to give that extra bit. But, all in all, it's nice to get out there. I bumped into my friend again with the dog. He was coming the other way though, and I was going, we were going opposite directions, but that was quite fun to kind of see familiar faces. We're doing a run again. He also, he had a great run. He did like 25 kilometers today, judging by his driver. So that was good. The dog obviously got a good run out as well. So, but that was today's run then. Just another recap on that one. was it 1 hour, 40 minutes, 55 seconds, 17.16 kilometers of an average heart rate of 148 and an average pace of 5 minutes 53. So even that shows that 5 minutes 53 is quicker than the normal runs. And for 18 kilometers, I'm happy with that. It's obviously well under the lactate threshold of mine, and then obviously, but it's also well under the marathon pace I need to be. These runs always run slower, but so yeah, I'm enjoying it. I mean, that was good. Like I say, difficult conditions. There's puddles on the floor now because of the my jacket that I wear running, and that is just dripping wet. So I had to fix that up. And finish off the rest of this video on that. So yeah, cheers. So yeah, let's wrap up another episode. It's been a very good week. And now I know I changed it around a little bit, but I also did follow what the plan had. Quite like that way actually, where I kind of see what the plan is and then kind of do that. The long run next week will change, but that will be in next week's video. I'm not going to deny that, straight away. It's the long run now is not big enough for next week. So unless Garmin changes back to what it was, which I doubt it, we'll overdo that one and do a longer run. But that, like I said, that'll be in the next week. So basically, this week I did 61.1 kilometers. So, a little bit shorter than last week, but maybe the intensity was there. But, still 60k plus. I wasn't doing that in peak weeks. And, we're still building up to that phase. I've still got, and it will be building up, don't get me wrong. But, I'm really pleased with how it's now kicked in these last 2 weeks. I might be a little bit because I've overridden things or whatever, but I'll go through the plan and see and then check out what'll be going on. But next week, the first run tomorrow, it's 49 minutes. That's not really going to change. I've got a rest day on Tuesday. I don't think the days will change off this week. It's nothing different in my life next week. There was a little bit different this week. That's why I changed it. So yeah, I think we'll just stick to the normal plan and see how it goes. But if the plan keeps changing too much, then I'll try and stick to the original plan, and because that's always generally more and that. So hopefully I'll get good sleep, and everyone will be happy in my watch and that. So yeah. So if you can, don't forget that. Please click on the link below in the descriptions for the fantastic charity SeeAbility that have given me this chance to run the London Marathon in 2025 again. All the support is greatly appreciated, so thank you very much. And if you can, like, click and subscribe, that would do great as well. Get some more views for the channel, and just try and push it and promote it, that a normal everyday person can do amazing things, really. That's the challenge, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just a normal everyday person that likes to run and just want to share that running experience and journey with you guys. And that, so please, do all of that for me. That'd be great. You can follow me on Instagram as well. It's Neil_a_dad_that_runs, the same as this YouTube channel, where I post daily on what I do through the Garmin, and in these videos are weekly round up and a bit more of a way that I can express how that week was. So yeah, well, I hope you all have a great week, and I'll see you next time.